That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. Next year, I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah.
So I think that was a mistake for him to say that, especially in front of me. So, I'm gonna just take advantage of him and show him why he shouldn't have said that or why he shouldn't be contemplating that.
He doesn't really love the sport of boxing. He's very good at it, but he doesn't really love it. And if you just kind of understand it from a job perspective, like I think we look at it and think, okay, he makes so much money, blah blah blah, but just from a job perspective, how many of us understand that we're good at our job, but doesn't mean we like our job?
Davis surprised everyone in the boxing world when he said he would retire. He announced during a live press conference that his upcoming fight with Lamont Roach
25 is after next year, I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
All right. I'll go to Lamont Roach Sr. over here. Obviously you have helped with your son becoming a world champion here.
Davis has said he wants to quit boxing. He said he doesn't want to keep fighting and has no plans to come back. This news surprised the boxing world because Davis is still one of the best fighters right now.
Yo, I tip my cap to Tank Davis. Listen to what he's about to say when asked about his comments earlier, why he wants to retire after 2025. I salute you, Tank, man. This is the realest thing I've heard from a boxer in a long time. Let me know your thoughts, guys.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me where so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have two girls, two daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
This isn't the first time Davis has talked about retiring early. In past interviews, he said he might leave boxing soon. He gave personal reasons and said he wants to do other things outside of boxing.
Yo, I tip my cap to Tank Davis. Listen to what he's about to say when asked about his comments earlier, why he wants to retire after 2025. I salute you, Tank, man. This is the realest thing I've heard from a boxer in a long time. Let me know your thoughts, guys.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me where so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have two girls, two daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
After hearing Davis's retirement news, Lamont Roach said it was a bad idea for Davis to talk about it before their fight. Roach thinks this gives him a mental edge, and he plans to use it to his advantage in their upcoming match.
Work my ass to get right here, so it's about time.
Lamont, when Tank says that he's going to retire at the end of next year, do you think he has one foot out the door?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was a mistake for him to say that, especially in front of me. So, I'm gonna just take advantage of him and show him why he shouldn't have said that or why he shouldn't be contemplating that.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
I ain't worried about that shit.
What advantage do you feel like you have going into this fight?
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubt himself.
What has he underestimated about you?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think he underestimates me. I think he know that I'm a good fighter. He'll tell y'all. I think he's gonna train his ass up, and hopefully we get the best version of him.
Hey, did you take this fight as soon as it was offered?
No. But yeah, no.
Tank told me you had sneaky power, I'm assuming from the amateurs and when you guys sparred.
And from what he saw when them going down.
What was that?
And from what he could see for them going down when I hit them.
The fight between Davis and Roach was first planned for December 2024, but it was delayed. It's now set to happen on March 1st, 2025. It's expected to be Davis's last fight before he retires.
I'm gonna beat his ass for y'all. For real. Better be quiet.
I don't give a f*** if y'all was quiet, if y'all was loud.
We got the whole hood over there,
like twisted up. I don't give a f*** about none of that.
Y'all can do whatever y'all want. My mother, he can't stop nothing over here.
None of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna f*** him up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's gonna get f***ed up over here. What do I look like getting f***ed up?
Okay.
That shit ain't never gonna stop nothing over here.
And he gonna pay for it. I guarantee he pay for it. I can't. I guarantee it.
Calm down. Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
They probably gonna get you fucked up. Look, fool. Hey, fool. This me and you, fool. This me and you, fool.
Tank.
This me and you, fool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them. They might get you. They gonna trick you off your spot. They gonna trick you out your spot, fool. Don't worry about them.
Come on, stop. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know how I'm coming. Y'all know how I'm coming. So stop it. Y'all gonna make it hard for him. That's what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna make it hard for him.
Even though Roach sees Davis as a friend, he said he's okay with fighting him. He knows both of them will make good money from the match and thinks it's a win for both sides.
Would you consider you and Gervonta friends?
Friends, probably.
Is it going to be hard to go in the ring and fight your friend?
Not at all.
Are you all going to be friends after?
Yeah, why not?
Either way it goes.
Both making money.
But you guys are making each other bleed.
Hopefully I just make him bleed.
Oh, true. Okay.
Connor Benn has spoken out against Davis's decision to retire. He said Davis should fight top boxers, like Shakur Stevenson, before quitting. Ben thinks choosing to fight someone like Lamont Roach means Davis is missing the chance to prove himself against stronger opponents.
I don't know Lamont Roach, but, when you look at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at, these other fighters that he should really be fighting, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire.
Yeah.
So don't come and, but don't come at me and go, oh yeah, let's give it all, very big bollocks and go, oh yeah, let's give him some stick and then make out like we want the fight. And then we send an offer over and then you fight for 15 million and yet you fight Lamont Roach. Don't do all that. Do you know what I mean?
It was a real offer. That was true then.
It was a real offer. We offered. I said, listen, you keep talking shit. My promoter's going to get back to you in 48 hours. 50 minutes. Initial offer sent over. But was it Unquell didn't let him out to play? His boss didn't let him out. That's it. So he wants to talk about, 50 million. First offer.
There was room to negotiate.
Of course there was. But he's an idiot. I don't even know if he knows what negotiating means.
Shakur Stevenson supports Davis's decision to retire. He says Davis has done a lot in his career, and if he feels it's time to stop, he should go ahead without any doubts. Interview rapper 50 Cent has also shared his opinion, saying that it's not the right time for Davis to retire. He suggests that Davis still has a lot to achieve in the sport and should reconsider his decision to leave boxing at this stage.
I mean, if he want to retire with the career that he got, then go ahead and do whatever you got to do. So I disagree with it. I think it's soft, but that's on him.
Do you still think that fight's possible? I know he might have a break after that fight with Lamont Roach, but do you feel like you guys could fight 2025 or 2026?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't into chasing people around. I mean, if he's willing to fight, I'm ready to fight, and I think it should happen. But I ain't gonna lie, I can't sit there and chase you, and then he could try to make it seem as though I need him, and I don't need him. So
Devin Haney has said he doubts Davis will actually retire. He believes Davis has too much unfinished business in boxing. Haney thinks there are still big fights and challenges for Davis to take on.
But they still commit to someone because they want someone to be with them when they're on their lowest points.
Mm-hmm. You still watch boxing?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite fighter right now?
Right now, I'm working with Bud, man. I'm rocking with Bud.
What about Tank? Tank has a fight coming up. Tank announced today, actually, that he's retiring. You believe that?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not time to retire.
Right.
I think Tank he's a killer for the group of the fighters, the little fighters the game. He's tough as nails.
He was arguing with Shakur today, or yesterday, right?
Was he?
Yeah.
What are you saying? He was saying,
Promoter Eddie Hearn has questioned whether GervontaDavis is really serious about retiring, especially since he hasn't fought top contenders like Shakur Stevenson. Hearn says the boxing world has been waiting for a Davis versus Stevenson fight, which could define both of their legacies. By retiring without facing Stevenson, Davis leaves fans and experts wondering about his true place among the greats. Many think skipping this fight shows unfinished business, and Hearn believes retiring without facing these challenges makes people doubt how seriously Davis views his spot in boxing history.
Reaction to Tank retiring?
He's retiring?
That's what he said.
Nah, he's not retiring. It's not a big fight to be made out there, and Tank knows that. I don't think he's gonna retire, with a lot of unfinished business.
What do you make of the Tank versus Roach fight? Do you think it's a fight that Tank should have at this point of his career?
No comment.
What do you make of a Tank?
I'm on Roach. We've been cool since we was in the amateurs. So I'm happy that he got the opportunity, and that's all I can say.
And what about Tank Shakur? If that fight happens in the future, who do you see winning?
It's a good fight for boxing. I think that we should all be fighting each other. That's what boxing is about. It's the best fighting the best.
Boxing world has been waiting for a fight between GervontaDavis and Shakur Stevenson, a match many thought could define both of their careers. However, Davis's decision to retire without facing Stevenson has left fans and analysts very disappointed. Experts believe this fight could have solidified Davis's legacy and shown his strength in the lightweight division. Many think Stevenson is one of the few who could truly challenge Davis's skills. With Davis stepping away from boxing, the missed opportunity leaves fans wondering what could have happened, as the most anticipated fight will now only be a question.
So, GervontaDavis makes a lot of money, right? He's been making a lot of money because he's been doing big fights and big pay-per-views. But probably what happens is he's on some kind of minimum, but on a lot of upside. And because the shows have been doing very well, he's been making a lot of money. So then he fights Lamont Roach, which, although it's not a bad fight, is going to bomb at the pay-per-view, at the box office, everywhere, right? In terms of what he's been doing. So he turns around and he says to PBC, right, how much am I getting for this fight? And they go, well, obviously, we'll have to see how it does, at the gate and on the pay-per-view. And he goes, well, I'm not fighting if I'm not getting X, because Eddie Hearn offered me 15 million to fight Conor Benn with upside. So you better be paying me more than that to fight this guy who's actually a good fighter as well. And they go, well, we can't pay you that kind of money. And he goes, well, I ain't fighting then.
Many boxing experts believe that Davis sees boxing more as a job and a way to make money, rather than something he's truly passionate about. They suggest that this is a big reason why he's decided to retire early, as he doesn't have the strong love for the sport that would push him to keep going.
Because Shakur Stevenson is that difficult, because of his style, because of his abilities, because of his eyes, because of his, his legs, and his hand speed, the way that he controls range. Tank Davis is the only guy that I can see that could possibly decipher that style and beat Shakur Stevenson.
Showbiz. The adult talked about GervontaDavis's frustration with boxing, saying that Tank feels like he's been waiting for his chance to fulfill his destiny. He believes he can beat anyone, just like the great fighters before him. But despite his huge talent, he feels overlooked. Now at 30, he's questioning where he fits in the sport. Fighting Lamont Roach instead of top-level opponents adds to his frustration and makes him reconsider his passion for boxing.
Kind of made sense to me. I just feel, though, that he doesn't really love the sport of boxing. He's very good at it, but he doesn't really love it. And if you just kind of understand it from a job perspective, like I think we look at it and think, okay, he makes so much money, blah, blah, blah. But just from a job perspective, how many of us understand that we're good at our job, but doesn't mean we like our job? Like, some people just don't like it. And I feel like that's the same with Gervonta. He knows he's good at it, but the love for it is gone. And he's been doing it since he was, 6 or 7, and maybe he just doesn't want to do it anymore. And it is disappointing because he's clearly one of the biggest names in the sport. Must be top 3 or top 4 when it comes to sort of revenue and bums on seats and pay-per-view draw, etc., etc. So it is disappointing when one of the biggest names leaves the sport, especially if they leave it when they've still got so much to offer. There's so many big fights out there that we'd like to see Gervonta have. And I'm not talking about the March 1st fight against Lamont Roach. I mean, Shakur Stevenson, potentially big fights at 140. But I don't know. It's strange. It's a strange one with Tank. He's deleted all his Instagram posts. He just seems to be in a space where maybe he does need to take some time away from the sport. Again, yesterday was very weird to see him turn up to a press conference by himself. I actually like it. I don't think fighters need the big entourage, but it was weird not to see Leonard there.
Some people think GervontaDavis is retiring because he wants to be a better father. Boxing is a tough and demanding sport, and Davis has talked openly about needing therapy and wanting to focus more on his family. With 2 young daughters, he wants to be there for them instead of always training and fighting. Davis has said he no longer cares about titles or belts and values being apparent more. For him, retiring from boxing is about having a healthier relationship with his family and being there for his kids' future.
Gervonta Tank Davis has been waiting his turn. Waiting his turn for what? Waiting his turn to fulfill his destiny. To Gervonta Tank Davis, he feels he can whoop everybody's ass. He's always felt that way. See, there are fighters. Shakur Stevenson is one of them. Devin Haney is one of them. Ryan Garcia is one of them. There are fighters who feel that they're better than everybody, bro. Muhammad Ali was damn sure that. He felt he was better than everybody. Everybody. George Foreman felt nobody could mess with him. Mike Tyson thought he was the best fighter God ever created. Do you understand how frustrating it must be to feel that you possess all these tools and skills and greatness, and you sit in the bench? That's why he's giving up. That's why he's saying boxing is trash. We're gonna go through the receipts, but that's why he's falling apart. He looks up, he's waiting his turn, he looks up, and he's 30. He's waiting his turn, he looks up, and he's 30. And all his little bros that looked up to him are surpassing him. Do you understand how frustrated he must be? Now he got to fight Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach? Tank looking at Lamont Roach. He can't even get up for Lamont Roach. Pause. He can't even get it. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him in a press conference yesterday. Bob and Wing. Bob and Wing.
Davis said he wants to be there for his children and feels that his legacy in his hometown is enough. He no longer cares about winning more titles and wants to avoid the physical strain of constant training. His goal is to have a healthy relationship with his family before retiring. We interviewed Gervonta Davis. Has said he wants to fight 3 more opponents, with Lamont being one of them. Their upcoming match on March 1st, 2025, is expected to be one of his last fights before he retires from boxing.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him. Who that? The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
I
might
keep
be
saying
afraid?
his name for?
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of something, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit win in boxing.